Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Young Sheldon. This is their 8th episode of the 7th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like to watch today's full episode, it is available for the link in the description below. Just clicking it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode, we had two interesting things happen. The first one, which happened literally in the first 5 minutes, was the actual marriage between Georgie and Mandy. It went ahead at the courthouse. Luckily, they was going to do it themselves, just with Dale and MEEMAW there, but all the family ended up turning up, apart from Sheldon, who was actually very pleased that he wasn't invited. But they was all there to witness it, and it all went well, kissed the bride, and they're off on the honeymoon. Basically, when he went for a meal, they sat down, and her parents was like, look, we didn't get to pay for the wedding as we said that we was going to do, so we're going to pay for your honeymoon. So they're off on their way, ready to spend the weekend, having a great time together. And, they've asked Connie to look after the baby. And obviously the second big thing happened. She went to a laundromat. Cops come in. It's been raided. She's arrested. Baby's back home with Mary. And, Connie's looking at some time. Again, very interesting. I wonder how that happened. Who's called it in? Somebody found it out as she took money off a customer, do you know what I mean? Who's lost, and they've, called it out in spite. I don't know. It's just literally happened very fast. And obviously, like I said, she had to stay the night. Judge was in, he's off on a golfing trip or whatever. So, he couldn't actually grab bail or anything, so she had to come home, get her stuff and stay there for a few days. So Dale's on his own, she's locked up, and Mary and obviously Mandy's parents are beefing who should actually look after Cece. So it's pretty hectic and interesting, and obviously I've been enjoying it so far. I have. Hopefully we get to see obviously what happens in today's episode with all of them. Thanks for checking it out though. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
How's that feel?
Unnecessary.
You ran from the police. You're a flight risk.
She can't run. She got a funky hip. She can barely waddle.
What? I can't leave the house? What the hell am I supposed to do all day?
I am way ahead of you. She got us to Grand Canyon and dogs playing poker.
If I were to run right now, would you shoot me? I have lost my business. I have lost my home. I have lost my freedom. And you want to have fun.
Sky or water?
Let me see it.
Throwing it.
What the heck is that?
I'm under house arrest.
Why?
We got busted.
Do they know about Georgie?
No, of course not.
Your grandma's not a snitch.
Logical. What are we gonna do about money?
I'm going to need a smart lawyer. By the time we find one, I could just learn how to do it.
Yeah, if you need someone to testify that she's off her rocker, you give me a call.
Oh, it's backed up.
Well, don't look at me. I just got home.
Yeah, but it's had years of you.
Check it out.
There you go.
It's getting a splash. That is nothing worse.
Here's the estimate. I'm gonna need 50% down to get started.
Are you kidding me? We're fixing a toilet, not buying a car.
What a weasel.
What are we gonna do? I mean, we're 6 people. We need a toilet.
Don't worry.
Get some exercise, go for a walk until you start beeping.
It's not funny.
And I'll tell you another thing. Your life's not over. You are writing a new chapter in the book of you. I don't know. You want to get drunk?
Yes.
I'm going to run the liquor store. You want to come with me?
Dale.
Right. Okay. Be back in a jiffy.
You wanted a toilet? Voila.
Huh. I always wonder what rock bottom would look like.
Come on, at least check it out.
I'm out.
I can't thank y'all enough.
Oh, don't be silly. Stay as long as you need.
Thanks.
Now, Georgie, if the police come for you, what should we tell them?
Mom.
I'm sorry. I've never harbored a fugitive before.
Sorry about my mom.
You kidding? We got a double bed and an indoor bathroom. She could spit in my cornflakes and I'm a happy camper.
Well, I think you could be a little nicer to him.
Sure. I can also go out in the backyard and water the crabgrass. Good news is, with Amanda back in the house, I can help her come to her senses.
Good plan. Hey, in the meantime, I was thinking of putting Georgie to work at the store.
There you go.
Oh, tire store? Yeah, he's good,
Sure.
isn't it?
Right, he'll work.
He's a criminal.
Well, backroom slot machines are all over town.
How do you know?
People tell me stuff.
Yes, right. It's, her mum, they don't do well to make you like her, does she? Like, has she done anything that makes you go, oh, she's decent. She's just a moaner 24/7, mate. Even, like, literally every single thing she finds a negative about it. Like, I don't know how he's married to her. She's so negative. No matter what, you could say, oh, look at the sky. It's blue today. Yeah, but you see that cloud over there? It's going to rain. Well, why have you said that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally being dead positive and you're negative. Do you know what I mean? Like, she just literally finds anything to moan about. She does my head in, honestly. And Georgie is right, you know. He is probably the hardest worker that they know. I know that for, like, he's not got this amazing job or anything, but, like, we've seen prime examples here in the show before, on the Globes, you know what I mean? Like, going to work with Herschel, working at the laundromat. Like, he just wants to be driven. Do you know what I mean? He just wants to succeed. He wants to make money, and he's not afraid to actually put some graft into it. I'd say I'm the same in real life, you know. Like, when I put my mind to something, I in terms of work, maybe not like studying, you know what I mean? Like, I have to be very, specific, you know what I mean? But, like, in terms of work, you know, if I'm going to build this in the garden, or I'm going to get an extra job so I can pay for this, or do this, I commit, you know what I mean? When I was getting my first flat, my first place, I worked 2 jobs. I got an extra job, and I was picking up shifts. I've said it before. Worked at the Manchester Arena. That wasn't a permanent job. That was a second job. I used to go to work 9 to 5, finish, go to the arena, and then I used to work from like 6 till 12 or whatever it was after the concert. You know, the last song used to be like 11 o'clock. You know, like the curfew, and then we go around, clean the seats, sweep up, and then I come home. And I do like 3 times a week. You know what I mean? Maybe on a Saturday. I used to go, I don't even support Man City, but like you could pick up shifts at City, so I'd go down there, stand on the gate, scan tickets, go on the turnstiles or whatever. Like, all that to get what I wanted. My goal was to get my own place. I picked up 2 jobs and I worked all the time until I could afford it. Do you know what I mean? Like, hard work, if you get a goal and you set it inside, it's good. I think George is the same, you know. He'll pick a goal, he'll try and get it, he'll support his family, and I do firmly believe him as well. I think that he's a good, I like him as a person, but I actually do feel like he's a really good hard worker.
I had a plan to avoid using the porta potty. I just had to get through the night until I could get back to my dorm in the morning.
I can do this.
My body may have been weak, but my mind was strong. I just needed to think about this situation in a different way. Instead of a porta potty, it was a TARDIS. This one, however, was smellier on the inside.
I can't do this.
But that night, I relieved myself inside Billy Sparks' chicken coop.
More bacon?
I don't know.
Good morning.
Morning. Have a seat.
Georgie made us breakfast. Isn't that nice?
I have to run to the supermarket later and get some more eggs for that cake I was going to make.
See what I mean? Twist it into a negative.
I go to the grocery store.
What?
Emma, you look terrible. Are you sick?
Of life? Yes.
I think it's great when you hear the brilliant legal strategy I have to keep Meemaw out of prison.
What do you got?
It's simple. We argue under Article 46B of the Texas Penal Code that you're unfit to stand trial due to mental incompetence.
You want me to go to the nut house?
I want you to stay out of prison.
Oh, I think that I'd just feel a little more comfortable if I was getting advice from somebody who had a little more professional experience.
Thank you.
I also filled out an application to be a bag boy while I was there.
Son-in-law of the bag boy.
It's only temporary. I make my way up to cashier, then night manager, then manager, then regional supervisor. Then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to HQ.
What are you doing?
Clean out these rain gutters. Otherwise, the water gets backed up and wreaks havoc on your roof. And the wolf said, I'm gonna huff and puff and blow your house down. Hey, she's got you Amanda's good looks, but she poops like her dad.
I've had some encouraging talks with the district attorney, and I think that we can...
Hang on. How old are you?
I know I look young, but I'm 24.
Just finish up what you were saying.
Right. A deal can be made without going to trial. You plead guilty, pay a fine, lose your business license, maybe some community service, probation, but no jail time. I think you should take this deal. Put everything behind you, get on with your life.
What life? I have no life. I had something to offer. Then maybe I could keep my businesses and skip the fine.
What are you thinking?
That greedy rat of a cop I was paying off.
It isn't a bad offer. She gets it, go back out, and she just loses the place, that's it.
What is that porta potty doing out there in your yard?
Oh, we're having plumbing issues. We need a new septic tank. You got in there?
None of your business.
It's in my wall.
Here you go. Get yourself some indoor plumbing.
Oh, Mommy, thank you.
Snakes back! Snakes back!
Nice house.
Listen, Georgie, Audrey and I were thinking. I was thinking I could really use some help down at the tire store.
Really? Selling tires? You are not gonna regret this.
What the hell is that?
It reminds me of Steve-O in Jackass. He's done the porta poop or potty or whatever it's called better times, hasn't he? He sits in it and he just throw him up like bungee jump and just let the shit fly everywhere. It's disgusting, honestly, it really is. Now, you know, I actually didn't think that any of these had had big septic tanks in the gardens and stuff. You know, I thought it'd just go into a main drain and just go, you know, like flush into the system right away. Wonder how expensive it is. They didn't really actually say. I mean, Connie, yeah, I know that she's looking for, you know, she's looking for money to basically buy her own place. But, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you got to look at the short term. How long is it going to take you to get like 100k? And what's 1k of it, for example, going to be, you know what I mean? Like, going to do to your savings if it's going to let your family actually live back in peace and be able to use the toilet. Do you understand what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, she needs a hefty amount of money and she's got some saved. But your daughter's here in a house housing, well, it was 6 people or whatever it is, and all unable to use the bathroom and they've had to move away. And obviously now they're living with her parents, which is interesting. You know what I mean? They've moved right out of Mary's and gone over to theirs. And to be honest, her mum does do me head in. You know, I said it all episode. She's so negative. She twists anything. You know what I mean? I was saying like, oh, the clouds are nice out. No, like it's nice and sunny outside or whatever. And she's like, yeah, but there's a cloud over there. It's going to rain. You know, he's like, oh, I made you breakfast, scrambled egg and bacon. Oh, yeah, but I was going to use those eggs to make a cake later. It's like, mate, what's your beef? Like, what's your problem? Why are you moaning about everything? You know what I'm saying? However, at the end there as well, you know, he offered him a job and he said that he's going to work hard and she was like, we'll see. She didn't turn it into a negative. You know, it wasn't even a compliment, but like they all take it as a compliment because you get nothing out of her half the time. So again, that was interesting. And like I said, I do think Georgie is going to be a great worker. You're going to see him excel and move forward. And obviously this is where he actually goes probably into his own and gets into a position where he's able to, you know, potentially start running his own business. He'd probably work his way quick up. You know, she was like, oh, you could do that without having a college degree or whatever. It's when he was talking about the elevations. Well, yeah, he could do that in the tie shop. You know, he's going to go in the game. He's going to smash it. He's going to, you know, move up the ranks. And like you said, in the end, he owns his own place, doesn't he? So, that is a business for him. Yeah, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So, Connor, you know, it's not going well for, is it? Let's be honest. You know, think of this season. Well, the end of last season, the house got blown down, you know, but we might as well call it this season because the aftermath is where it begun. You know, she had the house blown down, no insurance, moving in with Dale, laundromat shut down, gambling room shut down, video store shut down, you know what I mean? Like, literally on her ass, no money, living with Dale. It's tough times, honestly. However, she probably had the best deal that she probably could have got there, you know. She had to give up all of her possessions basically and pay a small little fine to be out and not actually get sent down. And you know what? You hate to see it, don't you? When you're losing your possessions and you're losing your things, but anything over jail time is probably the best way. You know what I mean? Like, she did actually buy the video store or the laundromat legitly. You know, I feel like they did not buy it correctly, and then it advanced into that, and I think she bought the laundromat first, and I don't think her intentions were ever to expand into the back. However, I feel like something happened and she bought it, and then she was just like, I'll commit to it and whatnot, and then she expanded, didn't she? And it turns out it's the cop that turned her in. And why? Honestly, you know, she wanted to use that as a bargaining chip, like a dirty cop, and basically, you know, call him out and use it like that. However, he's the one that called her, and maybe it's because she wasn't paying him as much, you know, but then he's kind of shot himself in the foot because these roulette machines was raking in $1,000 a day, and you know what I mean, he was making loads of those, so he probably was getting more money than ever before. So unless it was just his guilty conscience like playing on his mind, and he had to say it to get it out there so that he could basically remove himself from having any sort of situation and relation to it, then fair dues. But yeah, do you know what I mean? He's literally just come up out of nowhere and just called it in. I would have thought it would have been somebody that either lost money or like a frenemy, or do you know what I mean, that she knows that's done it. But it's going to be interesting to see what she does for the rest of the season. Do you know what I mean? Like, her storyline or whatever's like in recent seasons have been kind of revolved around here. It's not all been about it, but it's been like a set location, kind of like a school is for the kids. It was like for her, it was like Preeti's prime time targets, you know what I mean? Like Mandy and Missy was working in the video store. All these locations have been primed, you know what I mean? And now, obviously, with them gone away, it's going to be interesting to see, obviously, what we do with everybody else. But thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.